Greetings and welcome to another video from aplaintruth.info and questioning everything to find the truth. Again, we're going back to Who is in Our Skies, Mr. Sean Gautreaux. He's done some amazing work that I just keep taking apart, and I did a piece, copied him on lightning storms, that they were artificial, created by these demonic drones up in the sky, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. There's a new video that just came out that's extremely compelling to make his case. But first, I want to talk a little bit about more of these crafts that are allegedly in the skies that are being used to create all this different type of artificial chemtrail weather with their demonic devices that are spraying back and forth. It could be relatively small, that are making the cloud coking and the ionizing the atmosphere. But what propels him? You see him coming out of the middle? Well, Mr. Gautreaux is theorizing that it's coming from these propulsion devices that are based on Tesla technology using carbon fiber. Well, this is from another site. Carbon fiber torus structure with gold wire windings placed integral to the structure. Each band of the windings is a separate electromagnetic that can be turned on and off by a computer. These multi-challenging windows allow a computer program to accelerate the mercury ferrofluid around the inside of the torus at tremendous speeds. And we know that the toroidal structure is the structure of the Earth and its entities and its dimensions. It has the North Pole center, the Antarctic Circle around it, and a toroidal field, just like we have a toroidal field around us, centered around our heart, which is the biggest magnetic frequency we have. And this is from the movie Thrive with the guy from Procter & Gamble. I can't remember his name. But it just runs on the same kind of electromagnetism that a lot of our alternating current Tesla technology comes from. We also know from What is in Our Skies and this artist's rendition that he did, Mr. Gautreaux is showing us there's multiple devices, and we're going to get into a little bit more the types of devices and the ancient devices that are possibly in play here. And we have some possible pictures of these devices in the air, and we're getting more and more of them today. But just be aware that Lockheed and the rest of these guys, Raytheon, McDonnell Douglas, have these already in play. They already have these winged ships that look like just like the ones we are actually beginning to visually see up in the skies. So is it really to say that these aren't up there when we're starting to see them? And this lightning presentation is going to show you even further. And in the next video on this subject, I'm going to get into the Anunnaki and the ancient Egyptians, and did they have this technology, and is that technology still being employed above us today, going all the way back to the Vedics and the Sundara Vimana, the spaceships that were in the sky back then that look very curiously like what we're documenting here today and we're being shown. All right, so here's Mr. Gautreaux's rendering of what he sees as how the lightning is artificially manufactured from these demonic drones in the sky that are attached to one another. Here, take a look, and then we're going to go over this video.
Here's how it's done. The initial electrical charge comes from one of the large ships, probably generated by the fan/coil engine. The charge travels along its spine and electrified pathways onto the next craft behind it. This craft relays the charge to the next one, and so forth, until the charge is funneled to the smaller ships hanging lower to the ground. Boom. Pick a target. It was an act of God, or men playing God.
All right, so this is sent to me, and I forget who sent it to me, but thank you, from Catastrophes Climatiques, and this is apparently from Australia. And here we're going to see, take a look and see if you can see the ghost ships in here, but this is the artist's rendering of what he thought, Mr. Gautreaux, at What is in Our Skies. Take a look at the video firsthand and see what you can see here. Did you catch the ships? See it right there in the upper left-hand corner? There's another one to the right. And we're going to break it down here a little more to show what these are like. But here's the sequence. I just took screenshots and took a sequence. And here you can clearly see, their ships up there emanating from the front, the back, and the sides. Look at it grow all around a central pointed area. This is all being concentrated, and it just continues to grow until you can clearly see the outline of the ship there on the right. It is clearly one of these ships that Mr. Sean Gautreaux describes in his What Is in Our Skies videos, of some 30 or 40 videos of him watching, filming, and doing artist renderings. And he's concluded that there's many different ships that were being up there, which we'll get into a little later. But here, take a look at the lightning here, and take a closer look, and you can see the black outlines of the triangles there. You can see them going right through as we slow it down a little bit. Here's a fast speed of just it going off at the very top, and you can see all the different lightning charges coming in from different points in different areas, all being centered on one point. And then when we break that down, we see there's 2 different energies that are creating lightning, maybe even 3 on this. And we're just going to watch this continually grow. See the ship? You see it right there, folks? It's right there on the left. You can see it. It's right there pointing the lightning down. It is artificial. It is in our skies. There's another one right there. It's right up there in our skies. This was taken in Australia, I guess, last week or so. But here it is. You see it right there on the left. You see that triangle? It's exactly what Mr. Gautreaux has been describing. Case in point, proof positive, happened the other day. Now we can see it another, there's a little farther in the video here where it creates a huge massive lightning. So you see the structure on the left, the one in the middle, the one on the right, and there's another one above it. There's over 4 of these concentrating their energy towards one beam of one spot, and it's going to grow. And you can see again clearly, here's the ships, and it's growing. The lightning is growing. They're gaining more power. They're gaining more static electricity, and they're grounding it into the earth. And here you can clearly see the ships. It is like so self-evident. And there's another lightning storm going off this way. This is proof positive, folks. This is from another shot that I took from this guy's catastrophic catastrophes. But look at the focus beam here. Look at how it comes down into one spot, and it just gains energy and power once it grounds with the earth. Clearly 3 distinct, with the machine sitting in the upper left-hand corner, and a big right white ball that's only going to gain in strength, and looks like the one on the left is feeding the mothership of exactly what Mr. Gautreaux was talking about, of one ship, the mothership, enabling and powering the other ships to create multiple lightnings. This is exactly what we're seeing here in these videos. So this is what I've got for you today. We're going to get into more a little later, but I just thought this was fascinating to take a look, and we're going to slow it down and just have a little one more look at this thing in a slow motion way. But clearly we can see that this is an artificial sky we have. This is ships that are being put up there to create lightning whenever they want. They harvest the electromagnetic energy of Tesla and the electromagnetism of perpetuity that J.J. Thomson discovered, and the electromagnetism that was discovered by Augustin de Coulomb, where we get the Coulomb, the joule, the measurement of electric ohms, comes from Coulomb, and that may possibly be why it's named Columbus, after electromagnetic energy. So Augustin de Chardin de Coulomb, he was the discoverer of electromagnetic energy inside the dome, and clearly we can see this is an energy field that is being artificially created from ghost ships in the sky. They can make it rain if they want it to. They can make it lightning. They can make it storm. They can make it drought. They can do whatever the heck they want because they have the power. So what we're going to get into in the next video, is it an ancient technology, or is it a government, not modern government technology that's being implemented on us today, or some other foreign entity that we're not even aware of? So we'll get into that next time. Anyway, this is Plain Truth out. Question everything to find truth, peace, and always, always try and love one another.